Have you noticed that life is becoming busier as the day passes? It feels like we have so many things to do every day. Responsibilities are increasing, worries are piling up as well. Dagdag pa dito, naku, sobrang traffic kahit saan tayo pumunta. We get up earlier than usual just to get to work on time. And we get home much later than usual as well. We spend so much more time in our daily commute and less time for our families. Wala tayong oras para sa sarili natin. No wonder sometimes we're so irritable and quick to become angry. At other times, our minds get too occupied even if we're trying to relax. We're always staring at a screen when we're not doing anything or just passing the time. We're either watching TV to entertain ourselves or looking at our mobile phones for our social media fix. We can't have enough of them, and our minds have grown dependent on them. Our minds rarely have time to relax. Now, problem is, the busier and more engaged our minds have become, the less time we have for being with God and listening to Him. Yes, we may have time to pray, but often our prayer is more like a one-way communication with Him, with us telling Him what we want to say. We rarely pause to just be still and give time to listen to God and hear Him speak to us. We're not very comfortable just meditating and opening our hearts and minds to God. I used to be like that myself when I was younger. But when I learned to give extended time in prayer, when I learned how to be still in His presence and just wait in silence for the Holy Spirit to speak, I began to learn the immense value of just waiting and listening to God. I learned to be much more relaxed, much more trusting, and much more at peace in God's will. Consider this proverb as written in the Old Testament. My son, if you receive my words and treasure up my commandments with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding. Yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding. If you seek it like silver and search for it as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Wisdom from God is like hidden treasure. They're not readily seen and easily found. Someone who wants to discover this treasure needs to be intentional and patient in seeking for it. You need to spend time and attention to be able to find this hidden treasure. Do you want to have a rich spiritual life? Do you want a life that is open to God's wisdom? Then we need to learn how to listen to God in quiet meditation. We need to learn to quiet our hearts so that we can hear God's still small voice in our hearts. We need to let go of everything that pulls our attention away from God. We need to abandon all desires that compete with the desire to see God, to hear God, to communicate with Him. Then, and only then, are we ready to hear, ready to discover the riches that God has in store for those who are willing to wait on Him. Keep in mind that as we learn to listen to God, as we open up our hearts and minds totally to Him, faith matters too.